And we're back. It feels really good, but also really weird to say that again. I've been gone for a long time. Surprise, surprise, I'm back. I think it's been like a month or maybe a little bit more. I honestly haven't checked. We'll get into why I haven't uploaded any videos recently, quote unquote, after we're done with this match. But for now, we'll just do the match just like good old times. So we've got ourselves a little bit of an armor ball type thing going on here. We have a Duma hitting my healing tower. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Right back into the good old Astra action. We've got a +10 Gwendolyn with her Refine, which is a pretty... it's an okay Refine, but I'm thinking it'll probably be pretty annoying for this particular map, running Def Respawn 3. Pretty goddamn bulky in all areas. We have a +10 Sheena. Please give this girl a pref. Actually, is she getting a pref? I think she is. I forget, I don't really pay attention to who's getting the new refines. She's running a pretty standard kit as well. We have a BK, my man, my outdated man. But still pretty good in the context of an armor ball, I suppose. With a bunch of ward armors, his res will actually be somewhat decent. We have a +1 former Winter Cecilia. I expected +10, but it's +1. Running close counter special fighter, which is pretty standard as well. And then we have a Thrasier, just for double mythic stuff, I suppose. I guess this guy doesn't have 2 Doomas. Can't blame me, I wouldn't want 2 Doomas either. So, for this particular match, what I want to do is on Bolt Tower turn, I want to try attacking BK with Igren. I don't actually think that she will kill him, even after he's taken 35 damage, because he's looking a bit thick right now, especially with 2 ward armors going on, so... That's not really something I really want to deal with, but I'm thinking what I could do is I could use that to damage him. He's out of healing tower range, and then from there Cecilia will attack once and Thrasier will come and die as well. Agreed. Which might just be the best way of doing it. We can probably maybe take out Cecilia since she's less thick. Less thick. She'll be getting healed by the healing tower, but it won't be a full heal. Because his healing tower is not very high level. But alas, you know, we're just going to get into it here, I think. We are currently using our legendary Ephraim as a bonus unit, because it is fire season, thank god. I didn't really have that many good bonus unit options. I think we'll go ahead and get this Bolt Tower out of the way and Repo back, and next turn we can smite up and... actually... maybe we just... I do really want the Bolt Tower damage to hit BK, because he's looking a bit thick. I mean, Ephraim could probably handle him. He probably does okay in that matchup. I'm just thinking, I could just bait Thrasier now and have them start moving. But I think that would make Sheena and BK move out of Bolt Tower range. They would probably both move to here, so I don't think that's the best idea. But in looking at it, if I smite up... yeah, if I smite up, we're going to have problems because I'll get panicked after I'm hit by BK. Probably, unless I heal enough from Soul, which I doubt, but yeah. I think I would love to break this. I would like to move Mikai down and break this with Naga, but unfortunately there is a Bright Shrine that I don't really want to have active on Igren right now, so we're not going to. Instead, what we can do is we can move Ephraim up and break that, and then we can move Micaiah up here, and we don't kill BK, which I didn't really expect us to. He is looking pretty goddamn thick right now, but we do put him just about in that threshold where pretty much anyone else can take him out. So I think I'm going to do that anyway. I don't think there's any reason not to. He doesn't do enough damage to dissuade me from thinking that this is probably still a good idea. So we'll go ahead and get this tiny little heal off. There's no March on this team, so there isn't really any threat from anyone not named Thrasier or Cecilia on my Igren this turn. I'm thinking I might even just go left with Altina and Naga to get this pot. Because otherwise we might find ourselves running a little bit low on turns. I'm just wondering where they're going to move though. I'm pretty sure Altina and Naga can handle Duma and Cecilia. I mean, Cecilia's going to go for Igren anyway, but Gwendolyn moving that way might be a little bit of a pain. I guess we'll have to see, but I think I'm going to move them this way. I don't usually like to split up when playing AR, but seems kind of necessary at this point. So here comes Darcier doing absolutely nothing, and then dying. Thank you, Darcier, giving us our heal for Cecilia, which I wouldn't get otherwise. Okay, there's a rally? There's a rally, okay.
Let's head out.
Can't quite kill
Well.
Duma because I'm not at full health, which is really annoying, and Gwendolyn did move where I didn't want her to be, which is also very annoying. I do kill Sheena, exactly, but that would involve testing a trap. Of course I could attack from here, but then Duma gets me.
I understand.
What I could do?
Let's head out.
Here's the thing, if I like repo with Ephraim onto this and it is the real trap, then I can't really bait Cecilia. God knows it would be a 50 damage trap, and Cecilia would definitely hurt more than that. But I could get rid of Sheena that way, and Black Knight would follow on the next turn.
Let's head out.
Bit of a gamble though, unfortunately.
Agreed.
I think I'm gonna do it. And if it is real, then all that means is that I just break the tactics room instead of attacking Duma, I think.
I understand.
She does have close counter, which we need to be aware of, but I think Altina can... Altina does get doubled, which is a little bit sad.
What is your
Naga
desire?
can maybe handle that? I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. It wasn't real anyway. No need to stress. I'm pretty sure I had backup options there if it was real, but we got lucky. And it did not end up being the real one, which is going to make this match a little bit easier. And now with ally support right here, we are going to be able to go ahead and take out the Duma, which is absolutely perfect. Get a nice heal off of this as well.
For Nevada.
I did not expect ally support to be that strong, but what do you know? I suppose we'll just continue to move up with these two.
It will be done.
I could maybe even test this trap if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. So hopefully Cecilia dies to Igren. That would be really nice. 54 I think that is, isn't it? Yeah, not quite. That's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate because what I would like to do is repo Micaiah left and then attack
What is your
Gwendolyn.
desire?
That's because of Vengeful Fighter, which I'm not super concerned about.
I understand.
We can go ahead and kill BK with... if we kill BK with Ephraim, then we can move up with Micaiah and attack Cecilia, which I think is the play.
I'm going in.
And that should definitely be a kill because we'll have attack respawn active, and she's at 2 HP, and I have armor effectiveness on my weapon, so yeah, it'll be overkill in fact, of course. Although she would actually kill me in one hit, so good thing we didn't let Micaiah enemy phase. I was thinking about it. I think we'll just go ahead and break the tactics room because it's kind of annoying. And if we have Naga... I'm just thinking, if we move Naga here, we'd be able to smite and get the pot next turn. After we potentially kill with Micaiah. But if we have Altina over here, I think... I think Naga will just... I think Gwendolyn will move left. Which would mean that we can't smite and get it. So I think we're not really in a winning scenario either way here, but we do have 2 turns. I think we'll try to get her to move down.
With utter certainty.
Yeah, we'll try to get her to move down. She almost certainly will just move down at this point. We can get this pot with a Gren, so I'm thinking...
I see.
If I want to test how much damage my Glimmer does. It is enough to one-hit KO, which I expected, but it's better to be safe than sorry. If we get this Aether Fountain here, we get this Aether Fountain here with a Gren. If we move down for one more turn, we're in range to Glimmer Bomb this Gwendolyn. And even if the Glimmer doesn't kill, we do have Naga available as well to do some chip damage.
Of course.
So there you go. It's going to kill anyway. We'll go ahead and get the maximum overkill damage with attack respawn active. And that's going to be day 2 of AR for this week. I have no idea which week this is. I suppose I could go and like check my thrones or something, but I don't show my defense teams very often in my videos, so I have no idea which week this is. I usually put it in the video title, but of course I haven't been making videos for a month, so I have no idea how long exactly it's been. I suppose I could count as well, but that's boring. I don't like to count. Math is dumb. So yeah, now that that match is over, I suppose I'll get into very briefly why I haven't uploaded it in a month, and the long and short of it is that it wasn't really my fault. My YouTube channel just, it got into this really bizarre limbo state where I could still access it, I could still like view all my videos, I could still view all my playlists, all my subscriptions, but for some reason I could not upload, I couldn't like any videos, I couldn't add any videos to playlists, and even like if I was just searching for videos, it would load the first like page of results, but if I tried to go to the next page, it would load forever. It was really weird. You might have already seen me complain about this on the last video that I posted prior to this one. I did use an alternate account of mine to try to update you guys in the only way that I can. I had no other way of reaching you guys, so I know at least like one of you saw that, but I have no idea how many of you actually checked or really noticed that I was gone. But yeah, I'm telling the story here. I have no idea what happened, and full disclosure, it could happen again. I've had problems with this channel for ages now. If it does happen again, I will definitely leave another comment on the most recent video at that time. So if you notice me being gone for another month or however long it is, check the most recent video for a comment from my alternate account, and if worse comes to worse, I might even just start uploading there instead, because that channel doesn't have these issues as far as I'm aware. But yeah, that's why I've been gone for so long. Really frustrating. I was really sad for a bit because I was really enjoying making these videos, and they were starting to do pretty damn well as well. And then YouTube came along and was like, no, you're not allowed to upload videos anymore. So that was, yeah, it was quite the scenario. But as far as updates game-wise go, that's about all I have to say about YouTube. As far as game-wise updates go, I've done a light season overhaul, sort of. I have definitely updated some of my light season teams to look a bit different, but as far as Astra season, everything's probably going to look pretty similar to you, if not exactly the same as last time we picked off. I don't think you guys saw my Sotha being plus 10. I managed to get one more from the toilet paper, the divine codes, and then I randomly pulled one as a free summon at 3 stars, so he's finally complete. The last merge only gives defense and res, so it wasn't really that important, but you know, it's for completion's sake, and we finally have a plus 10 Soth. Other than that, I don't really think there's been any major updates on offense for Astra, but for defense, it's a different story, and instead of showing you my defense through the Aether Keep, we'll just go ahead and show you the 2 replays that I have for this week. And I probably will show replays going forward, because I like to watch replays, and I'm sure you guys enjoy watching replays as well of interesting teams. So instead of watching with animations, so we're just going to turn animations off, because otherwise these videos would be super duper long every time. So we'll go over the enemy team that's not mine real quick. We have a +1 Altina, we have a +1 Naga, we have the Bike Cena combo. She's not running any links or anything though, just some drives. And then we have a Dancer Micaiah, so no bonus unit, but that's pretty common at the start of the week. And we'll go over my defense team here real quick. I believe I mentioned at some point prior to me not being able to upload that I was going through an Astra season defense rework. And this is it. This is what I have decided on. So Tilshu has remained, but she's been given a kit upheaval. She now has null follow-up and Deathblow 4. So she is really fast and really strong on initiation, and you can't use your quick across tanks or anything silly like that to affect her. So most people do not go to the left. I've noticed. I've had this set up for 2 or 3 weeks now, and I have yet to see a single person actually trying to go to left. Everyone tries to bait Thrasier. So I'm debating even maybe moving Tilchu to Thrasier's spot, or even Kagero. We'll see. Next we have Mirabilis. I did Spark for Mirabilis because she's really good, and at the time that she came out, I was still thinking about what I wanted to do with my defense teams, and I was going to make a Flying Dancer anyway. I was going to use Rayson with Ground Orders, but then she came out, and wow, what do you know, Mythic Anima Flying Dancer. It's like exactly what I needed at that time, so I pretty much gave her base kit, except I've given her Wings of Mercy and Ground Orders. and aerobatics, which is really important as well. She's a really good unit. We have an Eliwood here. I've given him a few merges, and I sacrificed a bridal, what's her face, Sigron, for this, who was one of my free, one of those like free pull things, I think, something like that. One of those free like seasonal pull things that I otherwise had no use for whatsoever. So ARD speed def is actually pretty damn good on him because he has 39 res already, so he effectively has 40 defense when all my buildings are up, which they probably will be since it's pretty hard to destroy them. And also super fast. I mean, with this he gets an extra 17 speed on initiation. All of my units need merges. They have already lost a few times because of like 1 or 2 merges, so I'm definitely working on it, but I had to spend my feathers elsewhere, which you'll see on light season. Wasn't happy about it, but I had to do it, so unfortunately they are lacking a bit on merges, but I'm trying to get there. He also has Hardy Bearing to fuck over Bike, was the idea, but he's honestly used it more than anything to kill Altinas, which is pretty impressive, and I quite like it. We have a +3 Kagero here, who's a also really solid defense unit, running Fury 4 and lull speed defense from a Clawed spook that I got at one point, and I believe this was a female Byleth spook that I got at one point. She gets instant Draconic Aura. Tilchu has 1 turn cooldown Moonbow, which is on purpose because it means that if she initiates and then gets hit, her Wrath is ready and her special is ready, so it does even more damage. So that's the point of that. Instant Draconic Aura here. She is supposed to be running Harsh Command now, but this is an old replay. Ideally she'll have Harsh Command Plus, but I don't have the Divine Codes for that yet, and I used my only other Harsh Command Plus fodder on my Light Season defense, or Dark Season defense I suppose. So yeah, that's what I want to do with her in the future. Then we have Thrasier. I was able to merge her to get rid of the minus speed Bane, and she's pretty much just running Thrasier stuff, you know, instant Luna. And then finally, my favorite unit on the team, I really wanted to use him, it's my Speed Lucas, my Speed Lucas beam. I have wanted to build a Speed Lucas since like 2018, and I finally have the fodder to pull it off. He's not that fast yet, I mean 37 speed, 41 on enemy phase, and low attack speed. It's not super duper fast, and he doesn't get like ridiculously fast even at +10, which is where I want to get him one day, but it's the thought that counts. He's like, he is surprisingly fast for what he is, and I don't know, I just think it's hilarious, and he's done a little bit of work so far. So that's enough gushing about my defense team that I've been working on for ages. Let's see how it plays. And also, very important, I have a level 6 defense catapult, which hasn't sniped any bolt towers yet, because people love their level 7 panic manners, and they just always have them, they never get sniped. So, you know, hasn't really done its job yet, but it will one day, I'm sure. One day it'll matter. You might also notice that this defense team layout is pretty much copied exactly from that time where I fought Kamaguro and lost, and you'd be right in saying that I basically stole this layout from him. But of course, I mean, I have a rally trap incorporated into mine, and he just had pure IP plus 2 Doomers, I think. Or no, it was 1 Doomer, 1 Thrasier. So a little bit different in terms of unit layout and like gameplay, but the actual map layout is pretty much directly lifted from him. So sorry Kamaguro if you're watching this, I'm not very creative, but it works, man, it works. It's a really good defense team. That's enough blabbing. Let's finally get into these 2 defense replays. This guy's just going to try to bike it, which is actually going to work for him at the start, because a surprising amount of units can just tank Thrasier Luna to the face, but of course he doesn't kill because no follow-up. And it leaves my team in a pretty good like cluster position. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to use his Dancer to kill my Thrasier, but now his Naga is directly in range of Tilchu, and is going to get absolutely obliterated. Going to go ahead and dance there, and just sort of open up the way by breaking these blocks. We're still really closely clumped together. This guy is going to just exact damage my Tilchu, which is what I mean when I say merges are important on her. 1 or 2 more merges, that wouldn't have happened. And then of course, as I said, my Eliwood takes out Altinas because he takes like no damage from them. And after this dance he'll take out the Micaiah as well, and at that point this guy will surrender. I think Bike could have died as well, but he has a tactics room in the exact right spot that prevented that, so good on that guy for that I suppose, but he'll lose anyway. And for the second match, nice La Rochelle by the way, I appreciate it. Appreciate the La Rochelle love. This guy brought a Leone with Deflect Magic and Triangle Adept, which honestly worked. Like, this Leone worked against a few units on my team. He's also running a Kaden, he's running Altina, but I suppose he doesn't have a Naga. He's got a +6 Legendary Ephraim, which is pretty cool. I guess this guy likes Sacred Stones. And then we have a +2 Legendary Tiki as well with, I think that's pretty much base kit. So obviously the idea here is probably just put Leone in range of Gracier. I believe that's exactly what he does on the next turn. After he gets his buff and everything, yep. And on the left he'll just break some blocks, try to make some room for himself. My Thracier is going to do basically no damage whatsoever, especially because of that Deflect Magic. And then she dies in one hit. Can't really say merges for that because she's a 5-star exclusive, so it wouldn't really be much I could do anyway, but interestingly enough, Tiltu actually denies Ephraim because of the null follow-up. Otherwise she could have died there. But because he can't auto-double, it doesn't happen. And fortunately Kagura is not quite fast enough to take out that Kitsune right there. But she just chunk him for a good bit. She needs a few merges to get that speed up, and Leone will come in and beat that beat my Kagura, unfortunately, and get swapped out of the way. But Tiltu has something to say about that, and she will absolutely obliterate this Tiki, and then my Lucas comes in and doesn't even need to double. He does double, but he doesn't need to. Go ahead and one-shot that Leone, and then this guy will surrender. So that's the defense team. It has worked pretty damn well so far, but as I said, there have been quite a few scenarios where more or less exact damage has led to my team losing. So they all really need like a few more merges, and then this team will be pretty much like perfect. But I don't have the feathers. I really don't, because I just used a big chunk of them. But this video is long enough. Thank you so much for watching if you still are. Sorry that I've been dark for a whole month. I bet a few of you have forgot who I am or forgot that I used to upload. That's alright. That's how it is in YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys' Astra season is going well so far. And I will see you in the next game. Hopefully, if YouTube keeps my channel alive. Until then.